Doug Mastriano running for United States Senate or not? That has been the question for months. Our Seth Kaplan just asked him that again. He joins us live now at the state capitol with Mastriano's interesting response. Good afternoon, Seth.
Yeah, James, an answer not quite a definitive one, but closer than we've gotten before. We were actually here for a different Mastriano event, a compelling story in its own right that we're putting together to tell you tonight about the move over law. Doug Mastriano says that was an idea of his that is an example of bipartisanship, signed into law later by former Governor Tom Wolf, that is poised to save lives. They want to get the word out more to motorists, move over for tow truck drivers in particular. Families here talking about their loved ones who they've been lost. But speaking of bipartisanship and back to, well, hyper-partisanship, we did ask Doug Mastriano. He has a Facebook Live event scheduled this Thursday at 8. If he might be making an announcement at that event, if State Senator Doug Mastriano might want to become U.S. Senator Doug Mastriano. And here's what he told us.
I got into politics to try to make a difference for the next generation. So what am I going to do on Thursday? It's going to be based on where I believe I can be most effective. Am I more effective in Harrisburg, or can I be more effective in D.C.?
So you see, they're not exactly answering the question, but he did go on to say after that he and his wife, Rebecca, are going to lay out their vision for the future. A lot of talk hyping that event, let's say, and so nobody should be surprised if he has something else to say, although he didn't want to spoil the surprise. And, you know, we asked him also, look, he was a extraordinarily successful primary candidate last year when he ran for governor, but then he really struggled in the general election, sort of failed to pivot and appeal to mainstream voters. We asked him if, in fact, he runs for U.S. Senate. Were there any lessons learned from that he would employ in the U.S. Senate race? We'll have that coming up for you tonight beginning at 5 o'clock. Right now, live at the Capitol, Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.
And Seth, I mean, this is a very big seat. This is the seat that is currently held by Democrat Bob Casey, who is running again. And right now, we don't have any Republicans officially in that race.
That's exactly the case. So this would be the first official announcement, but and we got into this with him too. I'll have more of this coming up. But you know, you've got what are sometimes viewed as more establishment candidates, and then you've got Doug Mastriano, who is seen, he says, unfairly as an extremist. He says that that's not true, and that's, you know, the line he's going to have to walk here if in fact he runs for U.S. Senate is appealing to the base, as he did very successfully last year for that nomination, but then successfully pivoting. We saw he struggled more than even Mehmet Oz did running for U.S. Senate, ran a closer race trying to win that seat, even though he failed to do so as well. And so we get into more of that. Asked him if he learned anything from last year that he would change. And he had an interesting answer to that, too. And it involves some other people in the Republican Party. I'll tell you about that coming up later.
All right, we will stay tuned for all of that as we watch and wait to see what happens next. All right, Seth Kaplan live for us at the state capitol in Harrisburg. Thank you very much.